In 1848, Ellen and William Craft, an enslaved couple in Georgia, faced the grim reality of their future. Though married in secret, they had no legal rights. They lived under constant threat of separation, especially if their enslavers decided to sell them. Worse still, any children they had would be born into slavery. Ellen, born to an enslaved black woman and her white enslaver, had skin light enough to pass as white. This fact, though a symbol of exploitation, became the key to a daring escape. Together, they devised an extraordinary plan. Ellen would disguise herself as a white male slaveholder, and William would pose as her enslaved servant. The idea was dangerous, nearly unthinkable, to flee hundreds of miles through the very system designed to enslave them. Ellen's disguise was thorough. She wore a top hat, tailored trousers, green-tinted glasses, and a sling on her right arm to avoid signing papers. She also feigned illness, wrapping her face to hide her features and pretending to be deaf and mute to avoid conversation. William dressed plainly and stayed close by her side, never revealing their true relationship. On December 21st, in 1848, they boarded a train out of Macon, Georgia. Every station, every steamboat, every checkpoint brought risk. They passed through heavily guarded southern cities, Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, where enslaved people had no legal way to travel without permission. White passengers sat around Ellen, unaware that the young master they saw was a woman, and a fugitive at that. Suspicion followed them like a shadow. In Charleston, an officer nearly discovered their ruse. On a steamer, a passenger questioned Ellen's youth and frailty, but the disguise held. They kept moving, inching closer to freedom with each passing hour. 4 days later, they arrived in Philadelphia, a free city. It was Christmas Day. For the first time, they could breathe as free people, not property. Their courage had carried them more than 1,000 miles. Their story spread across the North, capturing the attention of abolitionists. The Crafts began speaking publicly, using their experience to advocate for the end of slavery. But freedom was not secure for long. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 allowed slave catchers to hunt down escaped slaves even in free states. Their former enslavers sent men to capture them. Once again, the Crafts fled, this time to England. There they lived for nearly 20 years, raising children and continuing their activism. In 1860, they published their story in a book titled Running 1,000 Miles for Freedom. After the Civil War, Ellen and William returned to Georgia and founded a school for formerly enslaved children. Their escape, once seen as impossible, had become a symbol of intelligence, love, and resistance. Their journey was not only about freedom,